The WITS Justice Project is a project of the Journalism Department of the University of the Witwatersrand, Johannesburg. Through investigative journalism, this remarkable team aims to get to the root of miscarriages of justice and raises awareness of issues within the criminal justice system.
The WITS Justice Project tries or aims to use the power of the media to bring about justice when the criminal justice system has failed to do so. And we're also fairly intent on consciousness raising about prison conditions and miscarriages of justice and giving a voice to the voiceless.
Being an investigative journalist in South Africa in general is incredibly important. I don't think that a lot of media houses have the time and the money to put into investigative journalism, but it is a really good tool to help journalists hold people accountable and expose the truth.
Prisoners' rights are also human rights, and when I first joined the Justice Project, I think most South Africans, and myself included, still believed that we believed in the myth of the Rainbow Nation, and South Africa was still the darling of the human rights community, and we didn't believe that the torture that was meted out to politicos in the past was now being meted out to criminals. And it came as an enormous surprise when we discovered that prison conditions were not that dissimilar to the conditions in apartheid South Africa.
2004, I was arrested with other co-accused that were unknown to me. And then we were charged with murder, robbery, possession of unlicensed firearm, and possession of unlicensed ammunition. So the proceedings went on to the court, and then everything was built on the foundation of forgery, and then everything was manipulated, and then the presiding officer was misled until she found us all guilty, and then she convicted us on the 22nd of July 2004. And then while I was behind bars, I was writing to different government departments requesting for them to intervene on my behalf because of I was behind bars for the crime I did not commit.
It was like, this is the end of my life, because I was facing life sentence, not knowing how long will I stay in prison. And then I just say, it's a God will. Let the will be done. But at the end of the day, the truth will come out.
The little that I can imagine, I imagine it's really painful, it's really difficult. It's not just for the person that has been arrested and has had this happen to them, but for their families, you know. As a child, when your father is sitting in prison for murder, what do you say to your friends? It opens you up for bullying and for being outcast over certain things that you have no say in. So yeah, families do get broken up over this, and the families that do survive it, they're really strong.
I lost my father before I got the sentence. My father, he dies knowing that I'm a murderer, and he didn't expect such things from me.
We receive many letters every week from inmates, from their families, from their friends, complaining and asking for help about conditions behind bars. And I met Tembekile and I agreed to help him, not because he claimed to be innocent, but because he couldn't obtain his trial transcripts, which are essential to appeal your case, and he'd been trying at that stage for 8 years.
I have exhausted all avenues, and then my other two co-accused also went to the Constitutional Court, and then their matter was heard, and then the person who was representing the state told the presiding officer in the Constitutional Court that when they give my co-accused freedom. Accused number 5, by that time the prosecutor did not know it was me, must also get freedom because of he was convicted wrongly. So the Constitutional Court re-invited me again so that my matter can be reheard, and then I was released on June 2015. That's when I get my freedom. I was in prison for 11 years.
As they say, forgive and forget. I forgive everybody for whatever she or he has done for me, but I can't forget what had happened to me. This, it's something I will die with it for the rest of my life. But they've done whatever they've done. Then at the end of the day, I've come back. I've told myself that no, this is time to rebuild my life, to start afresh, forget about everything that has happened in the past, focus in life, do the right things, just say thanks. I've been given the second chance for life.
I cannot hold grudge with the people that has wronged me because of thinking of things that have happened in my life. It's going just to cause bitterness. So I have forgive them before they can apologize. So for now, I have opened new pages. I have focused on the future, and then though they have not apologized me, I'm just moving on with my life. I don't want to look what have happened behind me. So the WITS Justice Project and the WITS and the Investec Bank, they've been helpful with me. I've been going through the counseling. Even now, I'm still getting counsel. So, you know, this thing that happened on my life is not something that caused pain on my flesh. It's something that it has pained me on my brain. So, everything, the trauma is tattooed on my brain, and then it cannot be erased, and then it cannot be deleted.
If a criminal justice system works, it's such an old machine that it serves everybody, it will reduce crime. You know, rehabilitation will happen the way that rehabilitation is supposed to happen. My children will be safer in the streets because people that deserve to be in jail will be in jail, and people that are innocent will be out. You know, and people that can be rehabilitated will be rehabilitated. So the criminal justice system needs to be such a machine that it serves everybody, and this is why I'm here.
My hopes for the future is to see myself as a helping hand to help others that are still behind bars for the crime they did not commit, because it is so painful to be drowning in the sea of prisoners knowing that you did not commit crime. Only you and God knows that you did not do it, but you are there serving for the sentence or the crime that you did not do.
For me, I've never experienced anything like the feeling of watching a man who's been wrongfully convicted and experienced the ultimate betrayal by the criminal justice system and spent years and years and years behind bars for a crime they've always claimed they didn't commit. To see a person like that walk out of prison as a free man who can now hold their head up high, and to know that you've assisted them in some small way even to obtain their freedom, is an extraordinary feeling. And so I think that for me, Derech Eretz is basically tikkun olam, that if you save one person, you save the world. And I guess that's what drives my work.